Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sophia Dewi Az-zahra, and in this video, I want to read about marriage law reforms. So, let's get started. Unit 3. Read and translate the text into Indonesian. Marriage law reforms. Major portion of the statutory personal laws enacted in the various Muslim countries represent a mere codification of the established law or, at best, unification of hitherto divergent legal principles. There is, however, no reason to deny the fact that certain provisions in these laws have introduced significant reforms in the traditional law. The principal reforms so introduced in one country or another relate to a. Marriage age for men and women and difference of age between parties to marriage. B. Role of marriage guardians in the fixation and solemnization of marriage. C. Registration and documentation of marriage. D. Monetary aspect of marriage, dower, dowry, and expenses. E. Polygamy and rights of co-wives. F. Maintenance of wife, family, and matrimonial home during the subsistence of marriage. G. Unilateral divorce, right of parties to marriage and ground for judicial divorce. H. Post-divorce reliefs for the parties, especially for women. A. Period of gestation and its implication. J. Parents' right relating to custody and guardianship of children, especially of mothers. K. Inheritance right of certain close relatives, surviving spouse, daughter, brother, sister, grandfather, and descendant of predeceased children. L. Choice of legatee, especially their eligibility to receive a bequest. And M. Validity, tenure, and management of family wakafs. Source materials for all the aforementioned reforms have been located by the jurists and the legislators of the Muslim world in the depth, divergence, flexibility, and richness of the legal principle within the vast framework of the Sharia. It is nobody's case in the Muslim state, including Turkey, that personal law has been codified and reformed merely to modernize or westernize the law. Nor have their architects, advocates, and exponents ever quote any wholly un-Islamic source for any of these reforms. The motives behind the objects of all this legislative activity have been as told by the reformers. The need to systematize personal law on the pattern of other laws since codified. The desire to benefit from lesser known and hitherto neglected principles and juristic opinions within the fold of the Sharia. The will to check misinterpretation, misapplication, and growing misuse of the Sharia law, of which there were greater change and possibility in its uncodified state. The policy of nationalizing and truly Islamizing the law, and the urge to rebuild the society in conformity with the original, unadulterated social-legal principle of Islam. In several countries, the ulama have approved or have been closely associated with the reforms effected. At the same time, some of the reforms in some countries have been opposed and criticized by certain sections of religious leaders and scholars. This has happened in Iraq, Indonesia, Pakistan, Tunisia, South Yemen, and Turkey. On some occasions, their objections were accepted and the reforms or proposed or already effected dropped, repealed or modified. Main source Tahir Mahmud, 1987, Personal Law in Islamic Countries, History, Text and Comparative Analysis, Academy of Law and Religion, New Delhi, pp. 11 to 13. I think this is enough for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.